Now to the latest in the July 4th mass shooting at a parade in Highland Park, Illinois.
From the scene of Monday's July 4th mass shooting.
First memorial service today for victims of Monday's devastating attack on its July 4th parade.
It was a community gathering for the first funerals and memorial services for those who lost their lives.
Calling the alleged shooter, Robert Crimo III, a clear and present danger.
The gunman used an AR-15 style weapon in his attack.
Bobby Crimo was a prolific poster online where he apparently went by the name Awake the Rapper.
Investigators now digging into the Highland Park shooting suspect's background and any possible missed red flags.
We found too many warning signs to count. His posts contain violence and vengeance, along with the logo of a far-right overseas group.
Would you care for
His videos foretell his alleged violent acts. In one, he appears to dramatize his school shooting.
I know what I have to do. I know what's in it, not only for me, but for everyone else. Where am I going? I don't know. I don't care. There is no past or future, just the now.
In another video, Crimo appears to animate his own demise in a confrontation with police.
Psycho, I love Uncle Michael. You can pick Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
Investigators have only just begun to piece together the motive and method of this murderous rampage.
Kill, kill, kill for me.
I don't think we should underestimate the power of music.
But who was to blame? All the experts had an answer.
Angry, heavy metal subculture. Where were the parents?
Manson.
Well, at least they can't blame me for that.
But the singer says artists like himself are not the ones to blame.
There were protests from the religious right.
On the internet, I am free to choose the entertainment I consume.
So that tragedy that keeps showing us that as bad as like Columbine.
Some will be so brash to ask if we believe that all who hear Manson tomorrow night will go out and commit violent acts. The answer is no. But does everybody who watches a Lexus ad go and buy a Lexus? No, but a few do.
I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. I'm dealing with my gas and my guns.
And the worst advantage you can take of an angry, disconnected youth is to write and sing lyrics which fuels their desperation and anger.
GD, gangster disciples, gonna fuck you up, motherfucker. Gangsta, GD.
I said, you know, if Manson ever comes back to this community, I want to cry as loud as my little voice can that I feel that it's wrong.
I'm gonna kill you on the fucking classroom floor. I'm gonna take the American flag, fuck you up with the flag up your asshole.
I hate when others get more attention than me on the internet.
Did they say why he did it? Did he give a reason?
Mental illness?
That's the usual reason. It's a mental illness to be transgender. It's a mental illness.
It's like just a child outburst, whatever he was upset about.
Language he's used in songs sparked protests and accusations that he promoted violence against women and gays. He's been branded a misogynist and a homophobe.
If the internet disappeared, I wouldn't have anything to waste my time on.
But a neighbor let me up on his balcony and pointed to a strange painting on the back of the house. It's a character with a smiley face holding a rifle. When you look at the gunman's videos online, the face of the character on the side of the house is the same face on the gunman's t-shirts.
The internet.
Do you think that's like a false flag event, or do you think that's like real?
The latest one by Marilyn Manson or something in that style. It's funny, but I had no sense of living without aim. The day before you came.
All right, let's hear it for Andrew.
Heartbroken families of those killed now preparing for their last goodbyes.
Friends, neighbors, and loved ones killed.
And back here on the ground, family after family laying down cards and candles, evidence of a community shattered.
America under attack on its day of independence. What is really causing these problems? What is happening to our youth? Is it the liberal media? Is it a radical new world order agenda? Or is it something even more sinister? Caution, you're about to enter the dark future. The bullying begins now.
Pot awful sucks.
The dark future is here, let's get out of here. The internet is screwed, from space on the moon, checks and bullies the goons. Pot awful's watching you. La 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 la. Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
You're the only friend I have, Jesse.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here at The Awful Factor. As you know, we are live every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time over at podawful.tv. You can also join us over for The After Factor over at podawful.pizza. Immediately following this episode, we'll be over at The After Factor for a lot more. All the news that wasn't fit to print. Anyway, we will be joined by shock rocker and entertainer Minnie Manson later in the program, and we will have a musical interlude of sorts. We will do some entertainment. It's not what we normally do here, but I thought tonight would be the night to do it. So we will have a little bit of musical entertainment as well. And let's just get into it right now. The talking points memo for tonight. This kid, this Robert Crimo, which let me just start off by saying this. Crimo seems like a little bit on the nose with the name, and considering the way he looks, on the nose is probably the last thing he would ever want to be. Robert Crimo III actually went into and now this is what's insane to me. America, safest nation in the land, best protected, best military, smartest people, best jobs, best looking people, Robert Crimo. Robert Crimo went to his July 4th parade. And instead of standing there and enjoying it like a normal person would do with all the grandmas and grandpas there, he decided that a good idea would be to mow down the grandmas and grandpas. Now, unfortunately, Robert Crimo actually managed to take out more grandmas and grandpas than coronavirus did in Highland Park. Highland Park, if you don't know, by the way, is about, I don't know, it's like 20 minutes outside of Chicago. It's part of the greater Chicagoland area. And this sick creep, Robert Crimo, who, as you heard there at the beginning, also goes by the name Awake the Rapper. And don't even get me started on this rap crap. I mean, this rap, this rock and roll, this rap, it's been poisoning our youth for some time now. You guys know that. I talk about it here on The Factor all the time. I've always said this. I think there's something wrong with our youth. And yes, it starts at home. Yes, it starts with parenting, but there's something more to it than that. Parents can't be there all the time. And we have a responsibility here in the media to protect you from certain things. I can't just come on here and say whatever the hell I want to say whenever I want to say it. There are journalistic standards. There should be standards for the rest of entertainment as well. I believe that we should be deeply, deeply reining in Hollywood, the music industry, all of these things to make sure that crimes like this never happen again. Now, whether or not Minnie Manson is actually behind this shooting is up for debate, but many people out there say Minnie Manson is a part of this. That Robert Crimo, he apparently, and again, the name Crimo, on July 4th, this news broke. I'm standing there. I'm being a patriot. I know we have a lot of patriots out there in the audience. I'm standing there. I'm watching the fireworks with my wife. She turns to me and says, "You know who the shooter was? You heard about the shooter?" I go, "Yo, yeah, the shooter. Well, you mean yesterday's shooter or today's shooter?" She says, "Today's shooter." I said, "Today, on the day of our independence. This is ridiculous." She says, "You hear his name?" I said, "What is it?" "Robert Crimo." I couldn't believe to me, now, false flag. People are putting it out there, false flag. All I know is now that people are laying their grandmas and grandpas to rest in Highland Park in Chicago area, you know, Minnie Manson is from Chicago. And there have been protests now against Minnie Manson. You saw it there at the memorial. People are saying it's time to ban Minnie Manson. And of course, Minnie Manson is just the face of this online shock entertainment movement when it comes to these things. There's many others like Mini Manson out there, and that doesn't mean that they're all guilty of this, but I think it is something to think about, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Talking Points memo. Now, let's see if we can get Mini Manson to join us here. Let me just send Mini Manson a message and say, jump in the call in, and we will talk to Mini Manson about this directly. What other shows refuse to do is get in there and actually interview the person. So I have exclusive rights to an interview with Mini Manson. Mini Manson has agreed to join me on the program tonight to defend himself and to let me know if he believes that he had anything to do with this. From what I understand, Robert Crimo actually has seen this program before. Now, as you know, nobody in news could, I mean, the media is not responsible for mass shootings. That makes no sense. I'm the news. When a mass shooting happens, I have to report it. I have to tell you about the guy. I have to play you his albums. It only makes sense. But apparently, because I had Mini Manson on the show, Robert Crimo perhaps was able to find Mini Manson, get to know Mini Manson's works a little bit better. So let's see if we can't get Mini Manson in here. Mini Manson, are you there? Let's, okay, come on, jump on in. Jump in here, Mini Manson. Now, from what I understand, Mini Manson is telling me that this is no longer the case.
I am so severely mentally disabled, I don't know how to use a fucking computer.
Apparently, we've fixed that problem, so Mini Manson will certainly be in here at any moment. We're just waiting. Let's see what the Patriots are saying out there while we wait, though. We'll see if Mini Manson comes in just a second. You're going to get AIDS, someone says. Well, I hope that's not true. Listen, we appreciate all the Patriots out there tweeting to the Factor, letting us know what's going on out there in the world, but do you mean monkeypox? Monkeypox is definitely real, and it's something we need to look out for. Mini Manson is greater than Ethan Ralph. Oh, here we go.
We'll see what Mini Manson.
Okay, Mini Manson, you have to turn off.
You're going to get AIDS,
Mini Manson, you have to turn off the stream. You can hear me? Mini Manson?
No, I can't.
Well, of course you can. I'm right here. Go ahead.
I'm on the video, but I can barely hear you.
Well,
let me turn off my speakers.
Just turn off anything that isn't me, obviously. And then
I still can't hear you.
Okay, turn up your volume because I am obviously doing this correctly.
I can't hear you.
Well,
my volume is as high as it can go.
Why did you? All right, you can hear me then. You just responded to me. Mini Manson, this is the first of.
Can you turn the sound up? I'm hard of hearing.
I'm sorry?
I'm hard of hearing. I cannot hear you.
Okay, then you have to turn your volume up more because there's nothing. I'm as loud as I can be. I'm on a show. I can either blow out the audio for everyone else just to appease you, or you can turn up your volume. These are our options.
I can't hear you. Look at the screen. You see that? I can't hear you.
You don't need the screen. Turn the other thing off. You don't need that.
What?
Are you still listening?
What other thing?
You don't need the stream open. You just need this. It's just you and me here.
What stream? I don't know what you're talking about.
The live stream that you just showed me.
I have Discord on. I have the link that you told me to click.
Mini Manson, this is a professional news journalism show. Oh my God. What the fuck? I swear to God, Mini Manson sent me a thing right before this saying, I've got it all figured out. Don't worry. I'm not a retard when it comes to this anymore. So obviously Mini Manson's going to come right back in here and this will all be fixed in just a second because not much of a show about Mini Manson without Mini Manson. I got to be honest. All right, Mini Manson, come back into Discord. Here we go. All right, you're here.
You know what? You're just going to have to yell out. I'm very hard of hearing.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I actually am already doing that.
Listen, I have trouble hearing.
Okay, then you need to put in. Do you have headphones?
I'm sorry.
Fuck! Stop talking! Stop talking!
Audio on things like that.
Listen, I'm trying to listen. We are friends. Full disclosure to the audience out there. Full disclosure to the audience out there. Mini Manson and I are friends, but I'm trying to maintain journalistic integrity here, and I'm trying to remain neutral on this subject. Mini Manson, for the love.
I can't hear you.
Do you have headphones or something?
God damn it! I can't hear anything.
Put fucking headphones on! There's no way you didn't hear that.
I don't own headphones.
Listen,
I see a camera. I see
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for that outburst. Minnie Manson, we got to figure this out right now because we got to do it live. We're doing it live. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
I'm able to do this. You know I can't do this.
You just told me you can do this. You just told me. What is that symbol? What is that symbol on your ring? What does that mean? You are responding. How come every time I'm talking about you not being able to hear me, you respond like you can hear me, and then every time I start talking normally...
I can hear you, but it's very tiny.
Okay, deal with that. Deal with that. You just have to deal with that. You have to figure that out. That's on you. Understood?
I know it isn't.
Yes, it fucking is! Ladies, hey, we gotta go to break. We gotta go to break. Okay, no, where are you going?
I'm getting very upset now. I can't do this unless you help me.
Okay.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, you don't own. You need to go to the bathroom. We're on a live show. The bathroom is something you do before the show. Minnie Manson, you're gonna have to go on yourself. You have to go on. If you need to use the bathroom, you have to go on yourself. Okay, you just heard me from across the room.
I'm really nervous.
You just heard me from across the room.
I'm having an issue right now with the sound. I'm not good with sound. I'm not good with this. I told you that.
You just heard me from across the room, so I know you can hear me.
I can hear you, but your voice is really small.
Okay, deal with it. That's fine. Just let's go.
Why is it doing this? Why does this always happen to me? I can't have one decent show and I'm not how to do the audio and things like that.
Yes, you need headphones. Listen, you're deaf and you need headphones.
I don't have headphones.
Okay, you got it.
I don't have money for things like that.
Okay, well, you're going to have to figure that out at some point. Listen, just deal with it, okay? Can we move on? We got to talk about stuff. We can't do this forever. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. Minnie Manson, welcome to the program. Welcome to The Factor. Thank you very much. All right, Minnie Manson, apparently this Robert Crimo, are you familiar with what happened in Highland Park? You live very nearby. Hello?
I'm trying to get blamed. You know what? I didn't do it, okay? And somebody's stupid enough to put a gun in their hand and go shoot somebody, that's on them.
Okay, my question was...
They're doing the same thing they did to Marilyn Manson.
My question was, are you familiar with what happened? Are you aware of the crime?
Not really.
No.
I don't care either.
Okay, so Robert Crimo, he's this kid. He's a SoundCloud rapper. I know you've experimented with rap yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, and I didn't like it. Now, why can't I see you on camera? All I see is a little yellow, a big yellow thing with a smiley face doing this.
Is this going to help you? Who cares if you can see me? Who cares?
You don't see nothing.
Oh, great. Okay. You don't get to have it. You don't need to see me. You don't need to see me. Just talk. We are on a show. Fuck. Fucking hell. Fuck. Minnie Manson, come back in here right now, or there's no more shows.
This is the last time I'm going to deal with this.
No, correct. This is the last time I'm dealing with this. You don't need, it doesn't matter if you see me. That's the problem. You don't need to see me. I'm on a show.
Control your temper.
Excuse me?
Control your temper. I'm done.
I will not be told on my own program to control my temper. This will be your last time on The Factor. This will be your last time on The Factor then.
Okay. I'm upset right now.
Minnie Manson, you inspired these shootings according to the people of Highland Park.
No, you did.
You inspired. Okay, well let me just show you something then. Because we've got questions about this, and they're legitimate. There are legitimate questions about this. And by the way,
Shut up. This is your fault.
We will be bringing in somebody. There is somebody who actually is on your side.
Blah, 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 blah.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, I didn't do this. You did it.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
You started this rumor. You made all this up to have a show. This is your fault.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because actually what happened is this. Now, I tuned in to
You don't like me. You don't like me anymore, so maybe I should just go.
I tuned into a show the other night that you were on, and by the way, you were actually an excellent guest on it, but it's somebody who is an enemy of mine, and by the way, an enemy of America as well, a guy named Music Biz Marty. Now, as I seem to recall, you used to have a problem with Music Biz Marty. Is that correct?
I still do.
Now, why did you show up on his program then?
I don't know. I was looking in my fucking YouTube and I saw that he was live and I went to troll him. And I said, well, hey, if you let me on your show, I'll troll Cyrax. And he fell for it. And I just went on his show and I took it over. And I didn't trash Cyrax at all. Instead, I started singing.
Well, listen.
But apparently, nobody seems to like that I sing anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about me anymore.
Well, listen, we don't have anything against our competitors' networks out there or anything like that. If you want to go on,
don't you like me then?
If you want to go on other shows, I have no issue with that. But I understand that Music Biz.
Why are you upset with me?
I understood
Upset with me because I went on that show. Why?
I understand that Music Biz Marty is upset with you when you come on this program. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I tuned into this show. I've got no problem with it. In fact, I love watching the competitors sometimes. I see you on there. I'm enjoying your performance. You're singing. But what I'm seeing in the chat room during this time is people are claiming that you had something to do with or inspired the shooting in Highland Park, which you live very close to. How far away from Highland Park are you?
Well, you know what? Tough luck. Because if that idiot was stupid enough to go and kill someone because of something he saw an entertainer do, then fuck him. And fuck anyone who believes that I did that.
And this is your platform.
I had nothing to do with it. You know, he's dumb, and he did something on his own volition. I didn't tell him to do it. I don't know the guy.
Please, let's keep the cursing to a minimum because we are live on air here. But
I thought I was allowed to cuss on your show. You told me I could say anything I wanted.
This is a family program because we're discussing a family issue. This is a serious topic. Now, I only bring up this topic.
Well, if you don't like my language, then you're not going to like me on the show because I swear. When did this become a Christian program?
Mini Manson, keep in mind.
It's a Templar show now?
Mini Manson, please keep in mind that I actually invited you on this Factor tonight to defend yourself against these accusations. Now, I'm allowing this
because
because
you don't like me. Why?
No,
You're
we
mad
are.
At me now.
Again, as I stated before, full disclosure here, we are friends. We're close friends. I'm trying to maintain a journalistic neutrality. Of course, we are.
You mean you still care about me even though I couldn't use a fucking computer because I don't know how to use computers, and you keep playing that clip that I'm a retard all the time? That's offensive to me. I learned how to use Discord. I don't know how to use audio, though. I never will know how to use it.
That's you saying that.
I'm not a nerd. I don't know how to do things like that. I'm an entertainer.
Are you calling me a nerd right now?
I'm not
Because
if
you're calling me a nerd, you're a pinhead.
I didn't say you were a nerd.
Okay. So
did I?
You just did, yes. Now, we are friends.
No, I did not. We're not going to move on until we cover this. I did not.
Actually, I will be moving on.
I am not a nerd.
I actually will be moving on now.
What?
I saw you on Music Biz Marty's show, and you were singing, and it was an excellent.
You're done with me then?
And
you want me to go?
And it was an excellent performance on his show.
Bye, then.
Where are you going?
You told me you were done.
I did not. I just continued talking to you.
You just said you were moving on. You just said you were done.
I'm moving on to the next topic because what you're talking about has nothing to do with the show tonight. And you're.
Oh, I thought you said you were done with me. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yes, you did. And maybe you should.
With me, I play with you.
That's not playing with. You just misunderstood something.
You're playing with me.
Okay, I'm going to continue talking.
See, I thought you liked me. I thought you were going to let me in your lodge. Why are you yelling at me and being angry at me?
We do not discuss lodge business outside of the lodge.
Why are you angry at me? I'm not going to talk about nothing else until you tell me why you're so angry at me.
I am giving you
I thought you were my friend.
As I told you in private, I am giving you my platform to defend yourself against these accusations.
I don't have to defend myself because I didn't do anything wrong.
You don't have to.
Somebody else did something wrong. Tough luck. And I don't have any empathy for these people. So that's it.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, it's your show.
Of course. Well, suddenly it is. So
it is your show, Jesse.
So on Music Biz Marty's show, the people in the chat room were accusing you of this heinous act, and I looked into it.
It's true.
Of course, and we're going to go over why it is not true or it is true. So one of the pieces of evidence they kept bringing up was this right here. This is an image of. I have several images of you here, and I have an image of the shooter, Robert Crimo. And Crimo, I notice, has the same symbol on his wall back here that you wear around your neck. Could you explain this symbol
What symbol?
to me? It's this symbol that you have on a pendant on your necklace. You wear it in many of your videos, and he has drawn the exact same symbol right here on his wall. Could you explain to me what that symbol indicates? You might. I don't know if you're wearing it now. You might be.
I don't see no symbol.
Okay, I just showed it on the stream. So you know that.
Show it again and hold it up there. Let me see it.
Oh,
please.
Christ! I just clicked out of it.
Me.
I just did that, and now I just clicked out of it. It's gone now. So now I have to go.
I'm looking at the screen with
now
the
I have to go.
Here, and all this is big fingers on there.
Okay.
Please
I'm going to
to
accommodate the queen here. Let's take a look. See here? You see the image here? Are you looking at my screen on Discord, or are you looking at the stream? Because the stream is on a delay.
I'm looking at both.
Stop looking at the stream. Close the stream. Close it. You don't need it.
Did.
Thank you.
I closed it.
Thank you. Now, do you see this image I'm showing on the? Do you see this image I'm showing on the screen behind me here?
No, because I'm looking on the left and I see my picture there, and I see you sitting there. I see. The
do
guy
you see? So you do see it. So you see this image?
But I'm on my phone. I can't see that tiny little fucker.
Well, what do you want me to do for you? Here, look. Here you go. Here, can you see it now? What about now? Let's make.
I'm an old fart. I can't see nothing.
Oh my fucking
God!
God!
I'm sorry that pisses everyone off.
You'll never be able to be on the TV. Do you see this? Do you see the image?
What?
Do you see the image right here?
What did you just say?
Look at this image.
What did you just say?
This image on my TV. Do you see it?
Now I do.
Okay. This pendant you have right here on your necklace.
Yep.
It's drawn on the shooter's wall. He's got several drawings on the wall.
Thank you for showing me. Now I can see it better.
Okay. Do you care to explain? Do you care to explain it all? That's all I want to know. Hello? What are you doing? What the fuck?
Saw what I did.
What the fuck was that?
I feel aggression coming from you, and I'm having trouble communicating with you right now.
You are incredibly frustrating me right now because we're on a live show about a serious topic, and you cannot pay attention. Instead, you just
chose to cover the subject.
You just stood up, walked off camera, and then showed a sticker silently while I asked you a question. In what way is that professional? In what way is that being an entertainer? An entertainer performs. An entertainer is there for the crowd.
I feel threatened right now.
You literally just walked away from the crowd. So I repeat the question. Do you feel threatened because I'm asking you a difficult question?
No, I feel threatened because you're mad at me. You don't like me anymore.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you before the show even began?
I wish you weren't mad at me.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you before the show even began?
I thought you liked me.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you before the show began? Answer that question right now. What did I tell you? What did I say? What did I specifically say? Hello? So you're just putting your head down? Are we really doing this?
Because you're upset with me, and I'm not going to progress into.
So go ahead and tell me. So go ahead and tell me.
I think you don't like me right now.
Okay, I will tell everybody what I told you. All right.
Why are you mad at me then? Stop being mad.
Here's
at me.
what. Okay. Here's what I.
Sorry, I was upset when I came on.
Here's what I said. Now remember, we are addressing these rumors about you on the show tonight. You will get your chance to dispel any rumors, but so that people know what's going on, I will be playing video before I bring you on that shows people talking about you in the shooting. Please don't get upset. I am only playing it so the audience knows what's happening. I do not hate you. Then you replied, thanks. Then you replied, thanks for the warning. I understand. So do you understand? I specifically.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. What does that symbol you wear around your neck mean?
I don't wish to talk about it.
Is there a reason for that? People are going to want to know. Again, this symbol is somehow connected to the shooter. Holding things up to a camera is not a response on a podcast. Some people are only listening to the audio. They can't see you.
I care about her name is Clover.
I don't give a shit.
Why do you want to know what the symbol means? Some of you know what it means.
Fuck
Marilyn
Clover.
Manson has it on his left hand.
I actually did not know that. What does the symbol mean? I have no idea.
Yes, you do. You're friends with Marilyn Manson. You're his best friend.
I've seen his tattoos. I've never asked him what any of them mean. I think that's a rude thing to do.
Do you still know Marilyn Manson?
Of course I do. Can I ask you about this? What is your connection to Satanism?
Why are you asking me that? That's personal.
Well, these are questions that you have answered for me before. I just want to know for the audience's sake. People are asking about this.
Wow, this took a left turn. I never thought that I was going to be so angry. I thought this was going to be a good show.
Okay, well, stop being angry. You're angry over nothing. Just stop being angry.
I'm terrified right now. I'm scared to death right now.
Okay, terrific. Hey, just sit down. Just sit down. You're on the show. All right, I'll show you this then. Let's just do this, okay?
I'm just really terrified right now. I don't feel safe.
How do you feel unsafe?
Because you're upset with me.
No, I just told you I'm not. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is from the this is from the memorial in Highland Park, and I just wanted to show you this to see.
Well, you know what? I don't care about the memorial in Highland Park, okay?
Well, that doesn't sound very good. Let's take a look at it.
I got health problems. I got my own problems. I can barely survive every day.
As you can see, we have.
I couldn't even hear you for 10 minutes. I mean, I got my own problems.
And nothing changed, and now you can. Nothing changed,
and
now you can.
Who cares about me?
So here's file footage of the memorial in Highland Park for the shooting victims that you're saying that people should care more about you than them.
I'm sorry about this.
And as you can see here, it says on this sign here, it says, blood is on Minnie Manson's hands. This is from the protest about you earlier today.
Oh, wow, that's tough luck.
Minnie Manson's music kills kids. End gun violence now. Ban Minnie Manson.
Tough luck. What if they don't like my music? They don't need to listen to it.
Well, it sounds like the town of Chicago is trying to have you banned. It says here, Minnie Manson made him do it. Rock and roll kills. Minnie Manson is the devil. Christ is greater than Minnie Manson's Satan. I mean, this is from straight out of the memorial. You can see the memorial behind it.
You just came out here to throw me and to attack me. Yeah, I know all about it.
How is this an attack? I am asking you questions that you have.
Me.
You have the ability.
You're be nice to me. You're attacking me.
You have the ability to respond to these questions. You're choosing not to.
Well, maybe I don't want to.
Okay, then you don't have to. But perhaps there's somebody who can respond to these questions. There's actually somebody.
Maybe you should give me the fucking benefit of the doubt and let me fucking think and collect my thoughts and ask me one question at a time.
Well,
you're firing too much information at me at one time.
Well, you've only known you were going to be on the show for 2 days now. I thought maybe you'd collect your thoughts in that amount of time. But here's the thing. We actually have somebody who
things went wrong since then.
We have somebody joining us who would actually like to help defend you and is on your side. If we can just bring in our guest, ladies and gentlemen.
You're just wanting to upset me. You know what? I'm getting ready to leave because you're upsetting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the owners of Virgin Records, and
I don't want to talk to this person. If he's on here, I'm not.
He's on your side.
There is no way that Minnie Manson has inspired this to happen. I don't even like accusations. I don't like the fact that we're playing all this or even feeding into the controversy that or the theory that Minnie Manson has even done this.
No, that's what I care about.
Minnie Manson, I know you didn't do it. I can prove that you didn't do it, and I'm here to defend you. Do you understand?
Okay, Minnie Manson's just showing photos.
Yes, I do.
Now, Minnie Manson.
I understand.
This is Scott Branson of Virgin Records. Scott is your boyfriend, or what does this audience need to know about this?
Oh, look, I'll defer to my greater partner on this. Minnie Manson, obviously.
And Scott is somehow gone. So Scott has left us. We're back just looking at Minnie Manson showing things to a camera, as Minnie Manson always does. Whenever Minnie Manson is on any show or any
Maybe
sort of
I don't want him
stream,
on the show with me.
there's
okay?
never any
He's
responding.
attacking me. I don't want him on the show.
There's
He's
no
gonna attack me.
Who's attacking you?
I'm not attacking you, Mini Manson. I'm
Yes,
not
you are.
attacking you. No, I'm not. I'm saying you
Listen to
didn't
what
do
he's
it.
saying.
You are.
Listen to what he's
You're
saying.
saying I did not do it?
I'm saying you did not do it. I'm saying you
All right.
definitely did not do it. I'm here to prove to everybody that you didn't do it. Do you understand?
How are you going to prove it? You don't live here. How are you going to prove it?
Because I know your character. I know your character, and I can tangentially sort of direct people to understand that it didn't happen. I don't think it's fair that Jesse played those videos or even gave people the opinion. He talks about being having journalistic integrity. Playing those videos gives people the perception that you're related to this crime in any way.
Yep. Thank you.
Exactly.
Now, I would of course, all right, I'll cut your mic. Cut his mic. Cut his mic. I actually object to this entirely. I have absolutely the correct intentions in every way. The factor is always on the side of truth and only truth, and we're here to get to the bottom of truth.
You played video. You definitely played video that made Mini Manson look like she was related to the crimes in any way.
Well, okay.
I can see some very crafty editing in there.
Thank you, Scott.
Now that I did not edit that video, those are my editors. But I will say this:
who's the editors? Bring the editors on because I want to speak to them.
Mini Manson
was who's responsible for this.
Mini Manson was unable to answer some questions. Scott, perhaps you could answer these questions. Did you see there? First of all, the memorial site and the protest against Mini Manson.
Right. Who put... I believe that this is some sort of personal attack on Mini Manson. I don't know who put that sign there. I think that this is a personal vendetta against Mini Manson.
Who would...
I don't know who did it.
Is there someone who would have a vendetta against Mini Manson?
Look, I don't personally know them. I don't know who could possibly... It may be your brother. It may be your ex. I'm not sure.
And these are exactly the questions that I want to get to the bottom of. I'm not interested in a narrative, okay? I'm an independent. I mean, come on. First of all, I'm not...
We all know fake news is all about the narrative now. You're all about creating narratives
no spin
and turning
here.
things around on people.
Listen, there's no spin here. And first of all, I reject that entirely. Actually, let me ask you this then, Scott. You're one of the heads of a major music label, one that I believe...
That's not related to this in any way.
Well, let me just ask you this. Is Mini Manson on that music label or being promoted through this label?
At this time, no. We don't have a contract due to our personal relationship, but I am working with other record labels to have Mini Manson put out there. Mini Manson went to an ABBA concert, as you played footage of, that was arranged by a fellow record company. We're working through things, but it's not on Virgin. Virgin Records has nothing to do with mass shootings. We are very much against
that's the nice PR spin, and thanks to your lawyers. Thanks to the lawyers at Virgin for drafting that up for you. But listen, I'm not a pinhead, and I'm an American. Number one, I notice your accent.
I think you're a nerd, though.
As an American, let me just say this. I noticed your accent, and maybe it works different.
I'm in love with this man right here.
Maybe it works different down there in Tasmania or wherever you're from. But here in America...
as your advisor, I think you need to...
finally didn't care anymore.
I think you need to plead the fifth on this one, Mini Manson.
No, because the question is not to Mini Manson. The question actually is to you, Scott, and to your record label. The question is, do you have anything to say about music and its effect on children? Negative music, shock music, rap, rock, this hard, heavy metal, talking about, by the way, I mean, some of your artists, including Mini Manson, talking about murder, killing.
Yes. I hear your point, Jesse. I hear your point. My Virgin Records has these artists producing this music to desensitize the population for good things, like going to war, like to protecting the population against terrorists. you can't have a population that doesn't understand murder.
This sounds like a lot of baloney to me. I mean, there's a lot of hot air coming out of the talking head from Virgin Records. Let's get into your personal relationship with Minnie Manson, though. The head of a music company promoting this artist, this controversial artist. You see the protests out there. You're coming in here. You're defending Minnie Manson. People out there are going to say there's something untoward. In fact,
there's nothing to defend. The entire story is made up.
Let me ask Minnie Manson this. Minnie Manson, is this a quote from you?
I shoved my microphone up his ass.
Is that your voice?
Yeah, I said that.
And whose ass were you talking? Whose ass were you talking about there?
My boyfriend's.
And your boyfriend is
Scott Branson. Sexy. Thank you for defending me, honey.
And what's to say that I don't enjoy that?
And that's fine.
Why are you getting involved in personal relationship?
Listen, what two adults do in the privacy of their bedroom is one thing, but I don't need it out here on the streets. These gay
playing it. We didn't play it for you.
The media has a responsibility to play these sound clips of people shoving microphones up asses, of showing the destruction and the terror of mass shootings. That's my job. Your job is to make music, but it seems like what you're making are killers that I then get to show on my show.
Go ahead and think what you want.
Okay. Look, you're drawing a long bow between, creating a nice song like "Kill, Kill, Kill" for me. That is turned around to as an instruction to people.
I'm so glad you brought up "Kill, Kill, Kill" for me. Minnie Manson, explain those lyrics. And ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by another patriot, Mr. James Sorenstone. You know him from the Conservative Camel and also his bounty hunting. Welcome, James Sorenstone. And you have a different take on this. When you first heard "Kill, Kill, Kill" from me, James, what did you think about that?
I thought about mass shootings. I thought about terrorism. I thought about the types of things that would cause people to go out and commit those shootings, and nothing really sticks in my mind more than a song like that.
Okay. Mr. Sorenstone, do you believe did that song make you want to go kill people?
Yeah.
But did you want to kill people?
Wait, hang on. Did you kill people?
I did. I managed to not kill people after hearing that song.
Oh, great. Oh, great. So it made you want to do it, but you didn't do it.
Well, I'm a man of extreme willpower. I am capable of controlling myself in extreme circumstances.
What the hell is on your head?
What is that on your head, James, if you don't mind explaining?
What the fuck is that on your head?
That's,
are those night vision
You look ridiculous.
Could you just speak up a little bit, James? Minnie Manson has trouble hearing and you're very quiet.
That's military-grade night vision.
Yeah, yes!
Okay, Minnie Manson, we don't want to talk over our guest. I'm sorry, what is that on your head, James?
Sorry.
That's military-grade night vision.
Military-grade night vision. And what does somebody like yourself need military-grade night vision for?
Well, I go out and collect criminals.
Now, explain to the people out there, you were at the protests against Minnie Manson in Highland Park just yesterday. You were there at the memorial. What was the scene like on the ground?
Well, by the time I was there, it was pretty dark. A lot of people had gone home. I was stalking, looking for my prey.
Wait, who is your prey?
I'm the Alpha and the Omega.
That's classified, Jesse.
Listen, I happen to know for a fact you've recently become a bounty hunter. Is it true, are the rumors true that you have put a bounty on the head of Minnie Manson? You are telling people that Minnie Manson needs to be brought to justice.
I believe that is true.
You believe it's true? You either did it or did not do it. James, which is it?
I believe she needs to be brought to justice. Yes, absolutely.
I think this guy right here is as guilty as anybody. he should be the one brought before the courts. He should be the one here on trial.
I
let the
absolutely
FBI
resent
deal with
that
it.
statement.
Scott, do you know which?
I'm not guilty at all.
Scott, your screen setup might be different than mine with the way.
Yeah, I worked that out later.
Yeah,
This guy down here.
It still looks like you're saying Minnie Manson is guilty. I got to be honest. Listen,
They will roast beef me and
this guy right here.
Minnie Manson, what do you have to say to conservative Christians like James who say that your music is poison, your influence on these people is poison?
you know what? Fuck conservative Christians. Get fucked and die, because you know what? Satanism's taken over. And I will address Satanism. This symbol on my neck, well, not this one, but the one you showed, this is Marilyn Manson here, my lover. But you showed the satanic symbol that's on Marilyn Manson's hand, and now I'm ready to address it.
Okay.
That symbol is the sigil of Satan. And if I had money to tattoo that on my body, I'd do it. I only have the 666 right now, but, you know, there's always a future. But anyway, I'm a Satanist. I believe in Anton LaVey, and Satanism has freed me from Christianity. I grew up as a fundamental Baptist Christian. My brother is David John Stewart of JesusIsSavior.com. Justin knows who that is. I have no use for Christianity, and I will not be in that slavery and oppression of the original sin thing ever again.
James,
well, we'll get you back in that handmade outfit. Just you wait.
James,
I'm sure I'm on a lot of Christian hit lists. Good luck with that.
Listen, guys. All right, tempers are getting flared here, but James, do you know Minnie Manson?
Okay, actually, now, Jesse.
Do you know?
I'm okay.
Okay, that's great. Minnie Manson.
I love you, Jesse. Honestly, I do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I love you too as a human being. I love all men, and I even love James. But we're a brotherhood of men. However, James, I understand, is actually against certain men. James, you recently marched against the gay pride parade. Is that correct?
I have always been fairly staunchly against the gays, yes.
And you have something specific against trans people. Is that correct?
You know, I think it's just the latest fad and degeneracy. I think it'll probably go by with the wind.
Tell Minnie Manson.
Hang on a second. I have a question for James. So hang on, James. Do you have a problem with people making modifications to their body to make them feel more, you know, a part of society?
I have ADHD, by the way.
Made you the way God intended.
Did your mother-in-law not have one of her arms removed?
Well, that was a medical procedure.
I'm gonna make a comment here.
Just what Minnie Manson had.
Yes, I'm listening.
Well, actually, you were singing and talking.
Procedure and removed her breasts as a medical procedure. James, your mother-in-law had her arm removed as a medical procedure. What's the difference?
One was a life-saving procedure, and one was a gratuitous change.
You know, I got to be honest here. If I can jump in for a second, James, you were very fired up about this at the protest from the footage I saw, and now you're much more demure and much calmer than you were before. What exactly is going on here?
Well, thank you, Jesse. I try to maintain a professional attitude when I'm on the air, not talking randomly, talking over people, just making random pictures to show the guests.
That's the wrong word.
I'm sorry, what are those weapons behind you?
What weapons?
Okay, so...
Yeah, I'm putting a comment here.
Yeah, those, the weapons behind you?
Those are just tools of the trade.
Okay, Minnie Manson, I don't know if you understand this or not. James here from the Conservative Camel is a bounty hunter and apparently has placed a bounty on your head to have you banned from Chicago.
A bounty is, you know what, a bounty hunter is someone who collects somebody for a law enforcement agency. I was a paralegal, so don't try that.
Yes,
don't
James.
Come on my property. You'll be arrested immediately.
So Minnie Manson, are you prepared to
You'll
defend?
Be arrested. I'm not kidding you. You will go to jail if you come on my property.
Well, the cops would have to get called first.
If somebody snipes you across the road, is that technically coming on your property?
He comes on my property, then the law affords me to
legally speaking, if somebody shoots you from across the street, are they coming onto your property? I'm not sure how the law works.
They can do what they want across the street. You can sit out there and camp in front of my neighbor's lawn as long as you want, but it won't stop them from calling the cops on you.
What if he does it on public property? Like from a bus
Christians
shelter?
blow the end. I hate Christians. You know what? I have no use for them. Manson took care of that in the 1990s when he did that Antichrist Superstar. He spoke for me when nobody else would. When I thought Christianity was the only damn thing that existed, that I had to be a slave to that. But I don't have to be a slave to that.
Well, I hate to jump in here on that, Mini Manson, but you did not start listening.
None of you know what? None of you get Baptists. You don't know what misery I went
Yes,
through.
but you didn't listen. You didn't listen to Marilyn Manson until 6 months ago. Is that correct?
A year ago.
A year ago.
I told you that.
About a
4
year.
months ago.
Yeah,
about a year.
About a year ago. So it wasn't really in the 1990s that he was there for you. It was really more.
And you know what? When I became, I like his current stuff, Kill for Me and Mephistopheles. I like how he looks now. You know, we went through that. I'm for today Manson, not 1990 Manson, like the Russian lady. And I said that I got into his. I'm learning more about his work and his art, and I'm more familiar with.
Don't talk about the Russians.
More familiar with the beautiful people now. And I actually did a video on that. I uploaded another one today.
Knowing what you know now.
I like what he said in the 90s about the Christians.
Knowing what you know now, Mini Manson, about the lyrics of Kill for Me and how they affected Robert Crimo, how do you feel? What do those lyrics mean to you? Kill, kill, kill for me. What do those mean to you?
It turned me on.
Do you not think that there's a possibility that somebody, a deranged lunatic out there, a child who's, maybe is transing themselves or has some sort of mental illness, they hear those lyrics, kill for me, and they wouldn't go out there and potentially kill for you?
Okay, let me address this. You know whose fault that is? The parents. If the parents didn't teach your child to have a fucking brain and he goes out and kills someone, he could spend the rest of his life in prison being raped by Bubba and Tyrone. That's on them, not me. And it's
hang on. What do you mean by Bubba and Tyrone? Because I think James is now on your.
Doesn't give a shit about Columbine anymore.
I think James is now. I think James is now on your side after the Bubba and Tyrone comment. I have to be honest. What is the Bubba and Tyrone thing?
Was overrated. It wasn't a real big deal.
Sorry about that. You know, it's just my opinion. That's all.
Now I understand.
I don't always say the right thing.
Mini Manson, I understand. I was watching you on Music Biz Marty. You brought up the question: could this have been a false flag? Much like Sandy Hook, the most overrated school shooting of all time. Do you still believe?
I think they're all false flags.
Do you still believe that the Highland Park shooting was a false flag?
I do.
And James...
A Call for an Uprising believes that too. A Call for an Uprising. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's like a Christian.
They killed all those people.
It might have been a false flag until I saw the Satanist tattoo.
So James, you actually disagree. This is the one mass shooting that, James, you disagree with Mini Manson on. This one is not a false flag.
This one was not a false flag.
You're not going to do it to me like you did to Marilyn Manson. Look at this.
Now, what are you showing there? What does that mean? Is that one of the symbols on the shooter's wall?
Please avert your eyes, James. This isn't for you.
It's just a valley. It's a valley with a tattoo on it, 666. Marilyn Manson has that tattoo up on his chest, on the side, kind of like
the entire shooting was just a way to remove the free speech of a great American citizen such as Andrew here. That's all it is. Nobody even died. I don't believe anyone even died.
I'm guilty about this at all. Why should I?
I don't like your Satanist ways. I think you should stop it.
I'm a devil lover. This is my channel. Jesus sucks. Yeah,
I'm sorry, James. What are you saying there?
You better stop it. You need to turn to Christ and repent. You stop hailing Hitler and you turn to Christ.
You want to see it? I bought a new guitar. You want to see it, Jesse?
Lady?
What is wrong with you, James?
Pray for forgiveness.
I'm a comedian.
This guy is absolutely ridiculous.
Pray for forgiveness. Turn to Christ. The power of Christ compels you. You are not a man.
Andrew, this is
who you're up
against. This is who you're up against.
I love you, Scott.
You will never be a man.
I love you, Clover.
Who is Clover? I'm sorry, hang on. Who is Clover?
You don't look like a man. You don't act like a man. You are a woman. Right down to your DNA. God made you a woman, and God will never make you a man.
This is like a child pretending to be an angry man.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, Mini Manson, what do you have to say in response to these transphobic, hateful comments from James Sorenstone? A man who has...
I am your master.
A man who has been taken over by a trans person himself before.
I love you.
Pray for forgiveness.
James, is it not true? James, is it not true that your hatred of trans people entirely... Stop talking over me. Hey, stop talking over me, Mini Manson. Is it not true, James, that...
I'm sorry.
Okay, don't...
I'm sorry.
Okay, stop. James, is it not true that your hatred for trans people entirely stems from the fact that there is a trans person out there, a trans female to male, who stole your name from you and tried to out-trans you?
She also needs to pray for forgiveness.
You attempted to exchange transes with this person. Is that true?
No, I never agreed to that.
Did you not call up this person, this female to male trans person, this man, and say to them that you were going to rape them?
No, that doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
Because full disclosure, we need to get all of the information out there for everybody. Listen, again, I'm not on any side. You know, this is a no spin zone.
It kind of feels like you are, but still.
Whose side am I on here? I'm telling Mini Manson that I'm friends with Mini Manson. I'm telling James I love the Brotherhood of Man. However, James, I have audio that would contradict your statement there. I believe I have audio of you instructing someone to call this trans person, call him up, tell him you're going to rape him.
No. That certainly sounds like that might be illegal threatening of some sort.
All right. Well, we thank our guests, Scott Branson and James Sorenstone, for joining us. I'll ask you guys to leave, and I'll wrap this up with Mini Manson.
Definitely did not do it. That's my closing argument.
Mini Manson couldn't be guiltier. Guilty is sin.
Well, we'll see what the people out there say.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you to Scott, and thank you to James and Mini Manson. See, this is what I meant. I wanted you to have the platform to defend yourself here. And I think, and listen, Scott Thank you. Scott brought up some very, very valid points. There are still questions out there, and of course, there are the protesters out there. Let me ask you this. You live, maybe 20 minutes away from Highland Park? Is that true?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
I am familiar a little bit with Highland Park. I did look it up. I'm sorry I was upset earlier.
Oh, okay.
Please forgive me.
Everything's
I love you,
fine
Jesse.
now.
You know I do.
Well, listen. All I'm saying is I'm worried that you accidentally walk down the wrong street, you get a little closer to Highland Park, and you'll run into one of these anti-Manson people. If that happens, what do you say to them?
We'll deal with it when it happens.
I mean, you aren't concerned at all about this. You don't think about this.
You know why I'm not concerned? Because I've been homeless, for 6 months. I know what true crazy is. I know true mental illness. I've seen fucked up shit. I've seen the Russian mob kill people. I know the Russian language. That used to bother me. But then I spoke Russian to them. I said, Здравствуйте, товарищ. Как вас зовут? And they said, how do you know this? I said, because instead of being on drugs and being a bum in the 90s, I study foreign languages. I care about cultures. They were impressed by that. They said, okay, you can do what you want. We will never bother you again. Because I don't mess with their money. I don't snitch. So I've seen a lot of things. So nothing, people accuse me of not having a conscience. They say that I have no empathy, that I'm a sociopath. It's just because I've been there and I've seen so much that nothing phases me anymore.
Okay, that was a lot to take in, I have to be honest. I'm sorry, did you just tell me that you have watched Russian mobsters murder people and you don't snitch on them?
I didn't watch them. I was on the beach homeless, sleeping behind a tree on a beach in Key West called Dog Beach, right by there's a restaurant. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Jimmy Buffett used to go there all the time. Louis' place or Louis' backyard. That's it. And I slept on a beach behind a palm tree for like 3 months. And I seen a guy cut someone up with a switchblade because he stiffed a bar. You don't stiff bars down in Key West. So they said, hey, what you pay us, you stiff the bar. I heard them say it. They didn't see me by the fence there, by the gate. Otherwise, they probably would have killed me too. So you don't snitch when you're homeless. There's a hierarchy. You have to answer to organized criminals. You're not free when you're homeless. It's worse when you're homeless. So anybody out there, you think it's okay to be homeless? I'm going to go camping. I can get away from the grid and drop up the grid, and no, you don't have freedom. I'm going to let you now. Don't go on the street purposely and think that you're going to escape the system. You're still in the system.
So
okay,
this
I'm
was
sorry, Jesse. Please go ahead.
This was your attempt to stay alive. You accidentally witnessed a murder, and in order to not die as a homeless person. Okay, understood. Now,
and you don't snitch. This isn't about that, so let's go ahead.
How do you feel like, knowing what you know now about what happened with this shooting, how do you feel you will change your lyrics or your message at all going forward?
My lyrics, I'm singing other people's song. Not one thing I sing is original because, first of all, I would copyright it. Because when you sing something original, you go on the internet and you sing something original, they're going to steal it from you. I pitched a screenplay in 2006 in New York at the Writers Convention there, the Writers Guild on 6th Street, and I pitched something called Sinister Minister. Guess what? 11 years later, there's a movie called Sinister Minister. I've written stories and put it on the internet. People have stolen it.
Wait, only 11 years later?
So anything original that I create is going to go through a record company. They're going to sign me to a label. That's when I'm going to start writing my original material. So for now, I entertain people, and I show that I have the ability to sing by singing cover songs. That's all.
So your performances will not change going forward. Knowing what you know now, you are willing to risk it.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And when you see signs like the one at the memorial saying blood is on Minnie Manson's hands, what is your response?
Well, that's on them, not me. I didn't put the pen in their hand. I did not say to write this. They chose in their mind to do something on their own. I wasn't there to talk to them. I wasn't there to convince them. That's just the same thing as Columbine when they kept accusing Marilyn Manson. No, it's your fault. He did this. Marilyn Manson didn't do that.
Okay.
Those kids chose to do it because the parents wouldn't listen to them.
I got to be honest. It sounds like
kids
sounds like another thing that's a little on the nose.
Obviously were suffering, and they went to somebody.
Just saying it out loud like that.
You know, what was that?
I'm asking you about the sign here. How did they get your stickers, by the way? That's you on the sticker there.
Can I put up? Please let me find my glasses so I can see that. I don't know where
I'll see if I can get a photo of this as well for you. So maybe.
Fuck, where'd I put my glasses?
Here's what I'll do. I'll send you a photo of this. This is from the memorial. Let me just send you a photo of it on Discord, and then you can see for yourself. Okay.
I got my glasses. I'm sorry. I hate being fucking blind. I'm 52 years old. My birthday's at the end of this month. I'm going to be 53. Blood is on your Minnie Manson's hands. I don't know if somebody made this and just superimposed it and put it there.
No. You can see.
It doesn't look like it's at the actual site.
Actually, you can see in the video that it is.
Manson's music kills kids. Well, tough luck. Don't listen to his music then.
Do you see the video here? You can see the memorial behind it. It is actually there. It really actually is.
I see my sticker on there. I think that's really fucking cool right there, up there on the right. Yeah, go up a little.
Yeah, that's your sticker on the right there.
That side, the other side. Go up a little. Let me see the circle.
Yeah, there it
is. What does that say? Christ is greater.
Christ is greater than Minnie Manson's Satan.
Manson's.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. I was at the gay parade. In Chicago, they had a gay parade.
Yes, I do.
I think it was on. Let me get my calendar. I want to be correct here.
Okay. Yeah. You were giving out these stickers at the Pride
I didn't mean
Parade.
to walk away from the show. I'm sorry. Let me look at this calendar here.
That's okay. You were giving out the official Minnie Manson stickers at the parade.
I gave stickers out at the parade, yes. On the 26th of June, they had the LGBT parade. I gave stickers out to people, and it's weird. That guy looks familiar. The shooter. What's his name again?
Yeah, Robert Crimo. Yeah, he should look familiar, probably, to you.
Okay. I've seen a bunch of guys. There was a tent, and these people let me go in their tent. I sat there. It was on Belmont and Halstead. Actually, in the corner, there's a restaurant there. The Flaming Spoon or something. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. But
Flaming for sure.
Some people set up a tent, and they let me go in there because I gave them some stickers and merchandise. I sell sunglasses at the parade every year. I collect sunglasses all year. Then I sell them for $1. I make a lot of money doing that. It's easy. Seriously, they just fly off. But anyway, there was these people against the wall about 10 feet away from me, and they were very unusual looking, like transgender and gender queer, very strange looking, but I thought they were very interesting people. This one person was like a little fat like me, and it had horns, and she or he or whatever they identified themselves had like boobs, but hair all over their chest. They looked like Tumnus from the Lion, the King, and the Wardrobe. And I was like, wow, those people look interesting. So those are the kind of fans, people that would be interested.
Yeah, the
in
Pride
my work.
Parade is often a lot like
I
Narnia.
gave them a sticker, Jesse. I gave them a sticker.
Although it's coming out of the closet instead of going into the wardrobe. So you were giving stickers away, and you saw somebody that Robert Crimo looks familiar to you.
Yes, he does. He looked like there was this guy had no clothes on, but he had a leather thing on his neck and across his chest. And there was another guy, he was sitting on his shoulders. He had like a leather dog face thing that,
right.
they put in the leather community.
Something that you wear around children,
he was
right?
sitting on his shoulders. And I swear to God, that looked like the same guy.
It probably was him because, again, he did somehow get your stickers at some point. He had them all over his walls.
I gave that guy a sticker. He looks like the guy in the video. He looks like the guy I'm seeing on the news. That guy does look familiar to me, yes.
So maybe he was...
But that doesn't mean I didn't say, hey, go kill someone.
Of course,
no,
of course.
Not.
But
I said, hey, I think you're interesting looking. I want you to subscribe to my channel and be my fan. That's what happened.
Of course. Listen, he was a big fan of yours. We know that. It was in his Spotify playlist, all your songs. He subscribed to you on YouTube. And he apparently, though, I guess maybe he was stalking you. Maybe he was, that might have been why he was in the area to begin with. I don't know, but maybe he was hunting you down.
Well, he never contacted me, so there's nothing like that.
Okay. All right. Understood. Well, thank you for that revelation. That's a big, big revelation that you may have actually had personal contact with Robert Crimo, the Highland Park shooter, immediately before the shooting. But just a week before the shooting.
I would be willing to work with the FBI in any capacity. Please contact me, and I will tell you everything you want to know.
FBI, please.
My guys, flowers by Irene.
Contact Minnie Manson and get to know Minnie Manson, because Minnie Manson may have known the shooter. Minnie Manson, thank you.
Mackie knows me. He can contact me.
Great. Thank you so much for joining me and for clearing all this up. I wanted to end on a big musical number.
Yeah, you're going to let me perform? Awesome. Really?
Oh, no. I was actually going to play Robert Crimo's music. I've got his...
I wanted to perform something. I have my guitar tuned and everything.
You're always on my mind.
I was
going to play Kill for Me.
I've got Robert Crimo's music video, actually.
Can I play Kill for Me on my guitar?
Do you want to play Kill for Me over top of the Robert Crimo song?
No, but I want to play Kill for Me because I haven't played in a while.
All right, go ahead and ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Manson with Robert Crimo's favorite song, Kill for Me, originally by Minnie Manson. Do you have your guitar? Oh, I thought you were ready. Okay, well, while you do that, I'm going to play Robert Crimo.
Let me get my guitar. I'm gonna play.
Maybe it was
okay.
I got my guitar right here. I have everything ready.
Okay.
Like this is real.
And by the way, I do want to say,
Jesse, I hope
the FBI has already spoken to Sam Hyde. Apparently, this is not one of Sam Hyde's friends. They've already spoken to Sam Hyde about it. This isn't a guy that works for him. Robert Crimo is a different guy. I was also confused. I know the nation was confused. Okay, Minnie Manson with a special musical performance. A first here on The Awful Factor. Go ahead, Minnie Manson. Kill for Me.
The Awful? What is The Awful Factor? I never heard of that before.
That's the news program we do.
Okay, well, Jesse, I just want to let you know, I'm sorry I was upset earlier. You know I do love you, but you know I have issues, right?
Of course.
I have ADHD, right?
Of course. Listen, just play the music and let's let the people be entertained, huh? We'll dedicate this one to the victims of Robert Crimo.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta turn on the light here.
None of it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a sec.
All right, we're holding on.
You know, I remember the lines, but just in case I forget, I got my little sheet here.
Of course.
see, am I in the right?
Just tune it.
Let me put the
Yeah,
phone.
maybe tune
Let me
it
put
a
the
little
phone. So you
bit.
can see me here.
Something like that, you know.
I hate to find out you can't even see me, you know.
Right, of course. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Manson with Kill For Me, Robert Crymo's favorite song, dedicated to the victims of mass shootings. Kill For
This
Me.
is really his favorite song, huh? Okay, then.
He loved
this
it.
is for Mr. Manson as well.
Okay, but mostly the victims.
You're always on my mind. 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 Cutie with the fast. I wanna make you mine.
To love and to fight, to honesty and service. And remember this. Your hotel is sorry, and I can't trust you ain't better because I take the threats. I'm the best of them. Would you care for me? I love you enough to ask you again. Would you care for me? You won't be kissing me unless you care for me. Care for me. Money now there's not just like losers, but what happens when we are betrayed? Would you let them to the shed and under 6 rounds in their pocket days? This is a sacrifice. Your child won't be sorry, and I can't tell. You ain't bad because I take the threats. What you care for me? I love you enough to ask you again. What you care for me? You won't be kissing me unless you care for me.
Okay, our Minnie Manson, everybody! Woo!
Long ways for a song. Who are you going to cross? Sideways for a 10, long ways for it stops.
Ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Manson.
Going to
Minnie Manson, everybody.
Sideways for a 10, long ways for it stops.
So I stop for a second and think to myself, I don't need you or anything else. I'm immortal in these pages that discontinue. I miss you, I need maintenance. I'm so impatient and brittle. I either sleep way too much or not enough at all. I swear it isn't drugs, it's just insomnia. I'm so fed up, I'm feeling under pressure. I've been traveling too far, hyperbolic chamber can't measure out of balance. I couldn't stand it, fell out of place within this breaking state of panic. I swear I need you, but I also don't. I've been falling, kinda feeling like I'm floating. Day after day I've been racing away, escaping the wind, I wanted to play. Maybe if we would've waited a second forever, is that no longer today? Memories fading, our sentences breaking from panic attacks, and
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mini Manson. And again, that one goes out to the victims of gun violence, mass shootings everywhere, the Highland Park victims, the grandmas, the grandpas, Marilyn Manson, Robert Crimo Jr. as
Damn,
well.
I'm in love with Marilyn Manson.
Of course. Thank you, Mini Manson, for that. And I got to wrap this up, but thank you so much for calling in. What do you do? Oh, can we see?
Thank you, Jess. Everything's okay between us then?
Of course. Can we, just before I go, can I just see your trash can full of concrete or whatever, wherever you've got it?
Hold on, let me take a sippy here.
Okay, just take a sippy and then, just need to see your bucket of concrete real quick.
I want to show you. Yes, so let me unplug this.
Okay.
I can't believe it's hard to hear. You know, I practiced with my audio. Everything is great. I mean, I know how to come on Discord, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I'm no longer Discord retarded. So let me turn on the light.
Let's just turn on that light and take a look at the concrete.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn the camera around, so I'm going to show you like this.
Okay.
There
you go. And can we see the concrete? Right, can we see the inside? Yeah. And can you like sort of sift your fingers through it so we can see that it's concrete? There we go. All right, Mini Manson, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Then the bag, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, Mini Manson.
I had a list of songs. I thought maybe I was going to sing songs on there, so I had a bunch of songs set up and I queued them up.
Oh, yeah, no, this is more of a news program where we play Robert Crimo songs, but thank you so much. It was a little bit hard to hear you there, so I kind of helped with the audio a little bit, but thank you so much, Mini Manson. You did great.
I want to apologize to you. I don't know why this always fucking happens. I always think I spent an hour, and at 6 o'clock, I had everything set up. I got my computer here to watch the comments, you know, and my speaker there. I was going to sing some karaoke songs. I just don't know why it's hard to hear. My phone is all the way up. It's just, maybe you're right about the Templars. They're probably sabotaging me.
It might be a Templar problem. We'll investigate that further here on The Awful Factor. Thank you so much, Mini Manson. Yeah. Once again, goodbye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mini Manson, but the story does not end there. No, it does not even close. Because, well, actually, we were supposed to have another guest on tonight. You may have noticed that this show was advertised as featuring another commentator, a commentator who felt very strongly about Mini Manson and Mini Manson's possible motivations behind causing this shooting. That man's name is Alex Stein. And of course, Alex Stein is best known for trolling people. He goes to these live town halls. And he thinks this guy, listen, let me introduce you to another little segment of ours called Pinheads and Patriots. Tonight on the program, I'm going to introduce you first to a patriot, and then we're going to talk about the pinhead of the week, Alex Stein. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this this patriot right here. This patriot, this is a guy by the name of Lenny, and Lenny decided to do something for July 4th. Lenny did the Jimmy Cagney duck walk hashtag dance walk Jesse's dad challenge.
I'm ready.
Wow. Now that's the kind of fun and those are the kind of explosions we want to see when it comes to July 4th. And actually, there's a second video here. The only person so far to have done the challenge, the Jesse's Dad, Jimmy Cagney, Yankee Doodle Dandy July 4th Duck Walk Challenge. Let's take a look.
Yeah?
He did a second take.
Yeah. Oh.
Which, by the way, you can't see the walk at all. And then watch, this is what happens. His wife is filming. And the rocket explodes at his wife. It goes right for her. You don't see the walk. There's essentially no walk happening whatsoever. And ladies and gentlemen, That is what America's about. That is a true patriot, and we salute you. But let's go to the pinhead in question, Alex Stein. Now, Alex Stein, friend of the show. I've actually been on his program, Conspiracy Castle, as well, and I'm a big fan of his, and I'm a fan of him going to the liberal media and trolling them, being on my friend, my colleague over at Fox News, Tucker Carlson's show. I'm a fan of this guy. I really am. And that's why I was excited to have him on tonight's program. However, last minute, Alex Stein backed out. I thought I would tell you guys exactly what happened with that, because I don't want you to think that I'm lying about the guests on this program. I know people accuse me of clout chasing and all this kind of stuff, and it's simply not true. Alex agreed to be on it. He was very impassioned about the topic. Here's what happened. I told him what the show would be about, the topics that Minnie Manson would be on. Now, at first he replies, I feel like you're trolling me or something. This is in our Instagram messages. I said, not at all, man. He says, well, then I don't want people to get mad at me. Why don't you use someone on Fiverr.com? Why don't you see somebody on Fiverr.com? I said, Fiverr.com. I can't use an Indian person to do this, Alex. That doesn't make any. I need someone live. It's a live show. You got to be on the show. We want a talking head, a pundit, a commentator. You've been on Tucker Carlson. It only makes sense to get the guy who wears a suit all the time on this episode. My friend Alex Stein, I'm like, I don't need some Sri Lankan in here trying to make ends meet between the hurricanes. So I said, you fit the bill here. We need you. You're my conservative guy. He says, I gotta do it live? I said, yeah, it's a live show. You know my show. It's a live show. Of course you got to do it. This is real, by the way. I'm not going to show the messages. This is real. Okay, here. I'll give you a little, there you go. Okay. I'm really reading this. All right. I'm not just making this up. So I said, yeah, it's a live show. Listen, I'll walk you through it, man. There's no monkey wrenches. It's not a troll. I'm not doing anything against you here. I like you. He says, what day? I said, Sunday, like, the show. He says, I'm driving back from Houston tomorrow night, but I may be able to do Zoom in from my phone. I checked out Minnie Manson. And this is, again, he's checked out Minnie Manson. He knows Minnie Manson had something to do with the shooting. He's very upset with Minnie Manson. I said, yeah, okay, well, listen, come on the show. Come on. Why not just do it? Now, apparently he didn't realize. I said, now you understand Minnie Manson is a trans person. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Alex Stein, very famous for trolling trans people. And by trolling them, I mean going, yuck, yuck, I love you, yuck, 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 yuck. So I wanted to warn him, listen, Minnie Manson is a female to male trans. If you could be respectful, please. We don't dead name, we don't shame the trans community here. Look, we like everybody, the L's, the G, the BT, and the P community, all of NAMBLA, everybody's in, okay? He goes, she's a woman? He didn't know. He didn't know Minnie Manson was trans. I said she because he says woman. No, Minnie Manson's not a woman. Minnie Manson's a man. It's a mini man, son. So I said, listen, Minnie Manson's a great entertainer, coming on my show, comes on, entertains people. He's a great guy. But, I just want to get your perspective on this tragedy. And I said, yes, he was born a woman. He is trans. So Alex says, very cool. So I was like, oh, okay, so he's being cool about it. This is nice, right? It's nice of him to be cool. He says, okay, just give me a couple hours warning and I'll call in. I'm sure to... wait, I'm going to, this is real. This is actually his response. This actually threw me off because this sounds fake. He says, I'm going to some transgender show for kids in Houston, but it's during the day. Now, usually a guy tells you he's going to a transgender show for kids. You look at him odd. Perhaps you don't pick up the phone so much anymore after that. But I know with Alex, that means he's got work. Daddy's got to go to work, honey. He puts on his fedora and grabs his briefcase, kisses the wife goodbye, heads out to work, gets paid. Yeah, and he's a nice living wage. It's a meager wage, really. He just scrapes by, really, but he's a man. So he says, I just hope no one attacks me. So he's worried that he won't be able to do the show because he might get attacked earlier in the day. I told him what time the show should be, that everything should be fine. I said, you're a big man. I think you'll survive the children and queens, but God bless just in case. He says, I think I'll be fine, but I'll definitely be on the road, but I can call in over Zoom or Skype, no problem. And I should have my tie and jacket with me. Yeah, all right, okay, cool. I said, all right, awesome. Do you have Discord or is Zoom better for you? All right, so we're working out the details. And I said, we use Discord. Minnie Manson is more of a Discord expert than anybody I know. So let's try to do this over Discord. And I gave him the Discord thing. And he says, okay, send me a friend request. He gives me his Discord. So, okay, I send him a friend request on Discord. And I don't hear anything from him up until right before tonight's Factor. And when that happens, and this is why I hate scheduling guests for the show. When that happens, I know they're not showing up. This ain't happening. There's going to be a problem. There's either going to be a technical problem or there's going to be a late problem or just a complete no-show. So I'm sending him messages and I'm trying not to be in a panic about it because this is a big show. I'm trying not to be, and we need our conservative guest for tonight. And I tell him, listen, man, you didn't accept my request on there. You told me you'll do this. You didn't accept the request. So accept it, or else I can't message you on Discord. There's no way to set this up until you accept it. No response. Okay, well, it's getting a little closer to time. Maybe you want to do something here. Maybe you just want to... No response. Okay, well, hey, listen, man, let's reschedule it for around this time, and you can just show up then. No response. Not looking good. And then, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, a little over an hour before the show, I get this message from Master Troll Alex Stein. He says, dude, honestly, I'm just worried you're going to troll me, so I don't want to come on. The fake death of your brother just makes me not trust you, so it's not personal or anything. The man who goes up and trolls the world through Zoom bombings, through public meetings, is terrified that I'm somehow going to troll him because I did an April Fool's Day prank, by the way. It was an April Fool's. It's not April anymore. On Ethan Ralph. Now, let me ask you something, Patriots. Does that make a lick of sense, or is this man a pinhead? Now, again, I like Alex. Alex is a good guy. He's welcome on the show anytime. I just thought that you had to know this because I did. I had already tweeted it out. Actually, I'm not on Twitter, but I had sent it on Instagram. However, Pod Awful does now have sort of a representative on Twitter. So if you want to follow Pod Awful, you miss Pod Awful on Twitter. It's not me. I'm not on there, but my fan is now on Twitter. So you can follow my fan on Twitter, get updates from the Pod Awful fan over at podawful.com/Twitter. Podawful.com/Twitter. If that one goes down, if the fan loses their account, then we just make another one. Podawful.com/Twitter will always be the link. That'll always work. Anyway, so I said, okay, listen, man, you're killing me here. I mean, it's almost, I've already announced you on the show. You're slotted in. There's no troll against you. What if I swear on my mother's life? The dead brother thing was just to make Ethan freak out on me, which he did. You will be you will be on the show tonight, and you will be in the driver's seat. I said, everything will be fine for you. He says, I'm sorry, dude. You posted the convo after our stream, too. I just don't trust you at all, man. It's this is such a great line. He says, I just don't trust you at all, man. It's not personal. I just don't trust you at all. I like you. I just don't trust you, he says. Real quote. That is a real quote. Troll man, real quote. Okay? So I'm like, all right. And I try to convince him. I show him, like, here's the setup for tonight. Here's what I'm doing. And I explained to him, this thing he's talking about, posting this convo we had after our stream. Here's what happened with that, because I do want to explain that. I was not originally going to post this publicly. I appeared on Conspiracy Castle. And again, rival news network, but I love these guys. I watch them all the time. Go subscribe. Conspiracy Castle, Alex Stein, Primetime 99. And I love Alex. I just think he's a pussy. I just think he's a pussy and a faggot. Now, listen, it's nothing personal. I like him. I want him to be on the show. It's just that this is the most pinheaded pussy thing I've ever seen from somebody. Backing out last minute on it like this because you're what could possibly happen? Am I going to reach through the screen? And this is all the result of my henchman was at that bowling event and got Alex to say something nice about my dead brother. This is where it all stems from with him, is he got trolled a little bit, and that wasn't even me doing it. I didn't tell my henchman to do that. I didn't tell my manservant to do it. I said, go there and film stuff. He just did it. It was funny. No big deal. It's all over with. Now, this convo he's talking about, I appeared on Conspiracy Castle. We talked about, we both said, like, how we're both trolls. Oh, we get each other. You do this, you do this. He was like, you're a troll. He's chewing on his pen. Things covered in fucking spit and bite marks. He looks like the penguin. And I'm saying to him, yeah, you're a troll too. You get it. Listen, I just like messing with this guy, Mersh. I know you're friends with him. You don't like him. You're friends with him. The same way you're friends with me. You don't like Mersh and Royce. I just like messing with them. It's funny to do it. And he tried to act like, oh no, I like these guys. We're friends. And if you can watch this, by the way, this is on my YouTube channel, H2BH the show, The Conspiracy Castle. I was on there with him, and then I'm recording on my end. I always record my interviews on my end just in case something bad happens, just in case it doesn't go up and that doesn't happen. I want my people to have the ability to see it. And of course, you can see everything I do over at podawful.com, podawful.pizza, Pizza Fund. It's got everything. So I said to him after the show, we're talking a little bit more, and he says, hey, he brought this up on his own. He said, hey, I'm bringing on this Mersh and Royce guy. These characters, they're coming on again here soon. Maybe what I'll do is I'll sneak bring you on. I'll snake you in there so you can, go at them and troll them. He says this. It's recorded in the thing. Now, I wasn't going to play that for anybody because I wanted that to happen. I might have made a little sly reference here and there saying, I don't think Alex is your friend. I don't know, man. I don't think you're actually friends. And of course, Alex still shows up over to Revenge of the Sis. Now, why does he think Revenge of the Sis is the show to show up for? It's not because it's good. It's because it's safe. It's because he ain't getting trolled over there. Those guys are desperate for it. Listen, Revenge of the Sis, plummeting in ratings, plummeting in viewers, their Patreon stagnating. These guys are pinheads too, by the way. They're the pinheads of the year. They're the pinheads every week. Alex, pinhead of the week over this. He shows up to their show. So I put out this thing, and I wasn't going to do it. And the reason I did it was this. Alex went on the kill stream, and he said some stuff. He said some stuff about me. Now, I didn't actually have a problem with this. You would have seen me address this if I had actually had an issue with this of any kind. I did not. I thought this was funny. I laughed at this. In fact, I was originally going to edit this into my episode with Alex when I released it on my YouTube channel. But then I figured I would need more context. It just seems like, so I just left it out because I didn't want there to be any issues. I get it. Here's what happened. Here's what Alex had to say.
Mersh and Royce. I almost said moist.
Awesome. I love Royce and Mersh. They got mad. They got mad at me.
He almost said moist, by the way. Ethan Ralph, friend of Revenge of the Sis, nearly called them moist. They're one guy. They're so fat they just Akira style congealed into a single blobular being.
Mersh and Royce. I almost said Moist.
Awesome. I love Royce and Mersh. You know, they got mad. I mean,
he loves them.
Mad at me because and you don't like the guy either. I had Jesse PS on my show because he sent me 10 messages asking to come on. So I was like,
okay. Now, first of all, I got about 20 messages about this Mini Manson thing. You wanted to be a part of the craze, this whole Mini Manson thing. Number two, I did not send 10 messages about coming on. In fact, I did not send one message about coming on your show. Here's what happened. I tuned in live to a random conspiracy castle. This is when Alex still wasn't even as big as he is. I just tuned into this show and I was like, oh, this is that guy who was on Revenge of the Sis. I had no clue what he did. I didn't even know about the trolling he did at this point. Like, I learned all of that before I appeared on his show, like the day before. And I'm tuned into it. I'm watching it. It's all right. And I'm doing what I normally do. I'm turning the chat into H2BH the show. And by the way, happy to be here. And while I'm in there, I go, you know what? How mad would Moist, what did Ralph call them? Moish?
Mersh and Royce. I almost said Moist.
Awesome.
How mad would Moist be if I managed to get on Alex's show right after Alex was on their show? And it turns out, very mad.
I love Royce and Mersh. You know, they got mad. I mean, they got mad at me because and you don't like the guy either. I had Jesse PS on my show.
Yeah, they got very mad at him, he says. So my entire thing of trying to go on Alex's show was a Moist prank. So I'm in this chat and I said, hey man, you should have me on your show sometime. He immediately read that chat. He said, yeah, dude, totally. The end. There's no a million messages. I did not message 10 times to be on your show. I'm not sure anyone has. Well, you're not famous for Conspiracy Castle, Alex. I mean, come on. Maybe you've gotten messages like, hey, can I join you at one of those Zoom bombings? Something like that. Something that, you know, that gets a ton of views. I did not message you a million times about this. We messaged back and forth to set up the appearance. That's it. The only and I think that was like 3 messages. So this 10 times thing, very suspect. I found this very funny though.
Because he sent me 10 messages asking to come on. So I was like, fuck it. Let me get his side of the story.
That's a lie. And his side of the story. Fuck it. Let me get his side of the story. My side of the story is Moist is gay.
Of course, you know that.
And you know that because you wanted to troll them too.
Didn't like that, but I made up with him. But Jesse
Mersh didn't like that.
This is a piece of shit. I mean, I don't.
What the fuck? Now I think Alex didn't know I'd seen this, to be honest, because I've never brought it up, never said anything about it.
I didn't like that, but I made up with him. But Jesse PS is a piece of shit. I mean, I don't hate the guy. But
no, I like him. I don't trust him. I like you. It's not a personal thing, but I don't trust a word you say, and you're a piece of shit. That's not what you said in my messages here. Yeah, somehow. Piece of shit didn't come up in these messages where you're agreeing to be on tonight's program.
He did make fun of Mersh's dead mom, which I thought was just, I mean, dude.
Yeah, which was a direct, and people don't know this. The whole making fun of Mersh's mom thing, this was immediately after I was on Alex's show, and it's a direct reference to something we talk about on the show. Alex talked about how people would make fun of his dead mom on Twitter. And I was like, oh, that's the worst. Oh, who would do that? And then I immediately did that to Mersh. That's the joke. And I even explained this to Alex. He knew that when he said this, that like, no, that was literally a reference to that. Of course, I think that's horrible. And by the way, The Factor has done some investigative journalism. I did not make fun of Mersh's dead mom. I said she was a whore. And our investigation shows that was true.
EPS is a garbage person, just all around.
And this is the guy. I'm a garbage person. This is the guy, and this is the guy who Alex likes still, by the way. This is the guy who said he was going to piss on my brother's grave. So one thing is cool, the other thing is not. I don't know.
Your house, is that why you hate him so much? He came to your house and did what? Dropped off food or some shit? I don't even know
he dropped off some shit outside. That's not really why I hate him, though. I just hate him because he's such an ankle-biting faggot.
Ankle biting. Okay.
To use a certain term.
Hey, you see Alex's face. He's banking that one for later. Yes, That's what it is. Okay.
And it's like,
but he likes me.
Never really does anything on his own except just, and it's fine to talk.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
Talk shit about people, right? Too. That's part of my content, a little bit, right? A little ankle biting, a little shit talking, but that's all he fucking does ever. And I don't know. I just think he's.
Yeah, that's all I did. That's not something that by the way, Ethan Ralph mentioned me on his show recently. When was the last time I talked about Ethan Ralph? He mentioned me on his show recently.
Not that fucking talented, and he's not really worth much attention. So,
and by the way, soon to be on cozy.tv. Thank you. A co-host, co-worker of Ethan Ralph.
I don't have to talk about him anymore.
No, I mean, it's fine to trash him. I mean,
say, let's not talk about. You know what? Maybe there's a lot of people out there. By the way, I've seen some very, very embarrassing footage of multiple people, big names, people, way bigger than the Factor here, way bigger than me, going, maybe we shouldn't mention him. Suddenly there's a chill in the room. Certain people are getting really cold when they Grandma cold. When they mention me, you can see Alex, oh yeah, you know what, maybe we shouldn't actually talk about him anymore. The man fears trolling. How is that even possible? I mean, that's all you do all day is troll people.
Much attention. So
we don't have to talk about him anymore.
No, I mean, it's fine to trash him. I mean, I don't mind going on my way to trash him. But I really just don't talk about him that much for that reason, because I just don't think there's much there, really.
He was talking about me 3-4 days ago, I think.
Okay, but talking about you, Ethan, we got to get.
Okay, and there you go. So there's the clip. All right, there. Now you understand. Now you get it. Moist. He called them moist. He said, I nearly called them moist. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. This is what happened with Alex. But then I started thinking about something. I started remembering some stuff. You know, Alex hates trans people. Minnie Manson is trans. Alex is connected to Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph had that bowling event. You guys remember that bowling event? I did a whole thing about it. In fact, I have behind the scenes footage no one else has from that bowling event. And I started combing through that bowling event. I was thinking about it, man. It's something about bowling. I don't know. Just bowling came to mind. And I was thinking about it. And I started rewatching our secret footage. And I'm looking at all the different faces. And I see a face, much like Minnie Manson. I see a face that I feel like I recognize. Now, of course, one of the faces I recognize from it is Alex Stein, who was performing at this event.
We call this one Protect All Trans Kids. For the people watching, we gotta protect them.
See, he's being ironic about trans people. We don't need it. What he means is we don't need to protect trans kids. And again, I'm not joking when I say this. I have no problem with Alex. None. Here's what happened. Alex, I need you to understand something. I had zero intention of saying any of these things. I had zero intention of trolling you, but now you've given me time I need to fill. It's a dangerous thing. You jump out of a show last minute. That time slot has to be filled. There has to be something there. Well, now I don't got nothing to talk about except for this. So I'm watching this footage, right? Let's take a look. Another musical performance.
Protect our trans kids.
And that's Alex performing with his manservant.
Protect our trans kids. I've got my trans kids. Protect them. I want to protect my trans kids.
And then I remember, wait, that guy in the background there also playing guitar in the jacket. Allegedly, the rumor was he was giving out crazy drugs to everybody. He had everything. This is what I was told. I don't know that it's true. This is alleged. But allegedly, that guy in the jacket back there, he had he had prescription pills and stuff, and he's just handing them out. And meanwhile, there's very few people left at this event now. You know, they've called in a bomb threat. Everyone's leaving. No one watched any of these stand-up or musical performances. They got the hell out of there.
I am voting for Beto. Protect my trans kids.
Okay, we're just making this up as we go, I guess. And so the people who are there, the people who are still watching this musical performance, and remember, let's not underestimate the power of music, how music can influence people. The people who must still be there must be big fans. They got to be big fans of Alex Stein.
We gotta protect our trans kids, protect our trans kids. They are the most important thing. Cut off all of their ding-a-ling. They don't need a penis. They don't need no breasts.
Now imagine you were a trans person sitting in that audience. You waited around for this. You braved the storm of the bomb threat. And again, we had a threat on America here on July 4th. You could just go to a bowling alley and you can't avoid these sorts of things, you know? A bomb threat at a bowling alley. You're sitting there. You were waiting to see Alex Stein. You're now hopped up on goofballs from Tiger Jacket guy. You're taking SSRIs. Your mind is warped. You've been MK Ultra'd by Ethan Ralph's bowling event. You're sitting there watching it. Your eyes, your pupils are dilating. And these kids, a lot of these kids are on some heavy, heavy stuff. I mean, we're talking about, you know, the kind of stuff that usually your aunt, you go into her medicine cabinet, she would be thrilled to see the one-a-days some of these kids are taking. This guy's hopped up on goofballs. He's trans inside. He doesn't know how to describe it. He's influenced easily by music. He's watching Alex Stein say all this stuff that he understands to some degree is parody, is satire about trans people. You got to imagine that could warp a kid's mind real bad. And then I thought, wait a second, let's take another look at that crowd from the bowling event. Let's just take a harder look at it. I remember there were some faces in there I definitely knew. I remember Mersh was in there in the background. My man Servants are in there. Dick Masterson's man Servant is in there. And then I looked slightly closer and I realized somebody else, another familiar face, was actually featured at this bowling alley. See, here's the thing Minnie Manson didn't realize is I had no intention of claiming Minnie Manson inspired this shooting. No. Bowling for Highland Park is not Minnie Manson's fault. It's the fault of the guy singing about anti-trans stuff. And let's not forget, Robert Crimo dressed like a lady while he did the shooting. Just something to think about. That's all I'm saying. But hey, I don't want to troll you. I don't want to scare you, Alex. Anyway, stay tuned after the show. Podawful.pizza. Join the Dregs of Society level and get immediate access to all of our Pod After shows. And you can see the After Factor tonight where we will go over, speaking of bounty hunters from earlier, James Sorenstone, bounty hunter, we will go over Renan, the bounty hunter, and the incredible videos that he's been putting out ever since we did an episode all about how he fucks a pony. And he does. He faked a taser, he did a taser scam, and he faked a pony. And only the Awful Factor can get to the bottom of it. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, these have been the Talking Points memos, and have an awful day. And goodbye forever. And the computer froze. On the end of the show, the computer froze. Okay, you know what? Okay, I have no clue. You know what? Minnie Manson, I'm not saying this about you. I'm saying this about me.
I am so severely mentally disabled, I don't know how to use a fucking computer.
I owe you every apology, Minnie Manson. I am exactly as disabled as you are when it comes to the computer. I don't even know what's happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, see ya.